shipping to you. Kauffie, Kauffie company, yeah, oh yeah, it's the Kauffie company. Whoa, it's the Kauffie company. Whoa, Kauffie,
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill that is the Kauffie Company. It is Monday, the 31st of March. It's the last day of March, indeed. And it is a wonderful, lovely 15 degrees centigrade with a maximum of 16. It is a lovely day today. The sakura tree is now starting to bloom with lovely cherry blossom. So we're going to have next week, we're going to have some lovely cherry blossom on our tree. But we've been away this weekend. We finally got, you can see them. I've got shelves. I can't believe it. They work and everything. I've got shelves there. And I've even got, I've got shelves. And people think that's just like, it's there. Look at all these things I can have. All these things. I've got shelves. That's a new t-shirt. I can't believe it. I've got things places to put things now. So my countertop doesn't look like an absolute mess. It's unbelievable. But welcome back. Hopefully everyone is doing good. I really need a coffee. I have been very, very tired recently. I've been very tired. Yesterday, I was staying at Mickey's yesterday. And what's it called? It took me 5 hours to get out of bed. I was so fatigued. I've been absolutely burning the candle at both ends. I think I've got a bit of hay fever. It seems to have calmed down today, but I've had a few issues around the corner. But can be solved with a cup of coffee. But before we have a cup of coffee, let's see who's in the house to take us through the show. Let's see who's in here. We got a Tavercron Wembley 1, so an afternoon all the week had started off splendidly until I remembered Spurs returned to action this week. Indeed, buddy, indeed. But that's not going to dampen our smile, is it? We have the too much. Oh, the sheriff's in the house. Good to see her. Good to see her. We got Marios is in the house saying big up, Ben. Good to see you, Marios. Good to see you, sir. Hopefully you're all well. We got side dancers in the house. Benji, I see. Yes, the person that's two messages under you. I said it to Sean there. That looks like Kevin Owens. I saw him with my eye. I was like, that looks like Kevin Owens. I was like, can't be him. That can't be him. And then a couple of days later, posted it. Kevin Owens at Leyton Orient game. It's like, oh, for God's sake, I could have said hello or bonjour, because as we know, Kevin Owens is from Quebec, so you would say bonjour to him. But it was really very funny. We're the shelves. We're indeed the shelf side till we die. indeed. We've been there my entire life. We have Shawnee Slater's in the house. What a day out it was. The Spurs boys were awesome with us. Don Lee is my legend. We'll talk about it. I had a great day out. I had a great time at the Orient, and I can see myself spending a lot of time there in future years. We have Shawnee saying being in a coffee car is a million times better than watching it on the stream. Oh, good stuff. Mr. Box Office would like the link. I think we might send him the link. Let me load the WhatsApp up, Alex. But first, let's have a coffee, and we good to have a chat. We'll have a chat. I think Daigle might want to come on. I don't know where Daigle is. I've got to speak with him today at some point. We have Daniel's in the house saying good afternoon all. One love indeed. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Mr. Box Office, the Hotspur Prince. If you don't know, get to know. No one can resist. Big up, Alex. I'll send you the link. Let me load WhatsApp. We have Tom81's in the house. Good afternoon, Ben. Big up. Owen Chat had a fantastic day. Thank you, guys. It was a brilliant day. It was a really, really good day. Let me actually load WhatsApp. We can have a chat with Alex. It's really weird. Me and Alex talk more on the phone than we do actually go on stream together. Most of the time, because he's more of an evening person and I'm more of an afternoon person. We don't really intersect. So I love Alex. Alex knows I love him. I have a great amount of time for that man. What a lovely bloke he is. We have Ian Ferguson's in the house saying morning. Oh, good to see you. Good to see you. We have Jason Bell saying good morning as well. Let me make myself a coffee. We're all looking forward to that. I am as well. I've still got a bit of whatever the hell this is. I have no idea what it is. I believe it's sinusitis. I did the old corona test and I came up with nothing. Not even a sniff, as it were. I had a really good let's load that. I really bloody need a coffee. But what do you think? Look how clean my shop is. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how clean my shop is. I can't believe it. It's amazing how putting 2 planks of wood on the wall makes your shop incredibly clean. It's unbelievable. It's actually unbelievable. Big up the shelves. Indeed, big up the shelves. I need to make myself a coffee. I do need to buy more cleaning product now, because I'm going to be cleaning it more now. Because you can see more of it, you've got to clean more of it. What's that? Why is my watch buzzing? Am I shouting 90 decibels? Bloody hell. I didn't think I was shouting that loudly, but hey ho. But how is everyone doing? Does everyone have a good... We got Shamtang. Let me see your message in a moment, sir. Hopefully a world YouTube member. Good to see ya. Let's pour this coffee. Do really need to pour. Big up the arm of no one, indeed. Afternoon, Ben Giovanni. Yes, I did. I did. There we go. Let's load it. Big up the arm of nobody. Yeah, big up the arm of nobody. Let's see if it's loaded. No, I forgot to do it. I am an absolute muppet. It's going to take me a couple of seconds to load that. What a muppet. But we got Dave Raybold's in the house. Good to see you. Hopefully all well. Time for a coffee. Indeed. Always good. Had a thinker in town earlier. It's great. It's really, really great. Afternoon, Mr. Ben Giovanni. Hope you had it. I did. Life is very unstressful. I'm deliberately pulling myself out of stressful situations. I really don't need it. It's making me ill. It's driving my... I don't need it. I really don't need it. It's only football. realistically, it's only football. I don't need the clownery. I believe I'm a somewhat decent person. I do my best to absolutely do my best. Will's trying to take over my show. As good as the game was, meeting you all, it was brilliant. I loved seeing Sava in person for the first time. I loved seeing Sava. Save the clowns for the circus. Indeed. Indeed. Is it loading my WhatsApp? No, it is not. No, it is not. In the words of Chris Hemsworth, or Thor. It's been really weird. I was really interested, and suddenly, really weirdly, it started sending me like clips of God of War Ragnarok. It started sending me. So I've been deep diving into God of War. I've never played it. I've never watched a playthrough, but I've been really enjoying watching clips of it. It's been really, really fun watching that. It's a really great game series. I'm mildly looking forward to the next one. We have facts. So don't let Tottenham results get in. Yeah, it is what it is. Don't have many Tottenham Hotspur fans to meet now. Yes, I know. You've been around. I'm only me. I try and be me. Well, you had a good weekend. That's good. Everyone can think the way they want to think. I'm not a free speech absolutist, but let's all be nice. Let's all be nice. I try and be as kind as I can, where I can. I'm going to send the link when it is available to me. WhatsApp takes an age to load, but you created the shelf side. That is indeed now the shelf side. Wait, here is a question. I don't think this is right because I believe east is that way. Knock the entire shop down. Where's my compass where you need it? Compass. I've got a compass somewhere. It's literally the shelf side. It is indeed the shelf side. Where is my compass? Well, technically, it's the north side, but it's the shelf side. It is indeed. I need a sign that calls it the shelf side. I need one of those signs now. It is the shelf. Big up the shelf side. That is indeed now known as the shelf side. I like it. I absolutely like it. But it's really, really good. 100%. Here we go. Load. Mr. Box Office wishes to have the links. I will send him the link. Because you know what? Mr. Box Office has never come on this channel before. And we can change that right now. And we can have a chat about. I don't know what he wants to chat about. I know Mr. Box Office has a real soft spot for this channel. And then we're going to put the link in right there as well. Because that is where Mr. Cooves and Mr. Bobby and Mr. Daigle and Mr. Nick are, just in case they wish to jump on as well, because they're always welcome. Big up, Ryan. Hopefully you're well, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Not giving away my age, but I stood on the shelf. You can't stand on those shelves, buddy. I've taken a lot of time. But I've sat on the shelf my entire life, so I think I know about the shelf side. I think I know about the shelf. But I can finally have a go. We've got Philomene. Good to see her. Good to see her. Good to see her. I wonder if Dave wants to join. I think Dave was asleep. Thank God. Only a mini Paul Stewart can stand. Yes. He can go on the shelf side. He literally can. The problem is, it would take away from the... Praise be. Praise be to Paul Stewart. Praise be to Paul Stewart. The man, the myth, the legend. But hopefully everyone's well. Welcome to all the people that have just come into the stream. I really enjoy... I hope everyone did have a decent Mother's Day yesterday. I bought my mum a sign that says no dickheads on it. Because I I had no idea what to buy her. My mum is impossible to buy for. So I bought her a book from Raymond Blanc, and I bought her a sign that says "No dickheads," and she can put that sign wherever the hell she wants. Wherever she doesn't want dickheads, she can put it. She can even put it on the front of the house if she wants it. She has got all the power to choose where she wants her "No dickhead" sign to go. She can't put it on my room, though, because that would defeat the purpose. So I wouldn't be able to go in my own room. But we are joined for his debut on the channel, Mr. Box Office. Sir, what brings you to these parts today?
Had a bit of time. And I've been always meaning to come on, to go to my guilty pleasure. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean, Ben?
You love it when we talk wrestling, Boxy. So we might go on, scream onto the wrestling side of things, because you never get to talk wrestling because you are the Hotspur Prince, bang average, telling everyone if they don't know, they can get to know. We can go on to that, but we got Tweakies in the house. Oh, fuck no. Don't get that in your house. Why would you pollute your house with that rubbish? But what do you want to talk about, Alex? We're gonna lead it to you. I know you like to put everyone to rights.
Yeah, listen. I'm chilled. I don't even know. This is I'm chilled, man. I ain't got that much really to say. Really, I'm kind of watching afar and just watching all the chaos in front of me. So I'm just kind of relaxed a little bit. You know what I mean? I did a show yesterday, which was kind of off the cuff. I did a show on Friday as well. Wasn't one of my best shows, I've got to be honest, but sometimes when you've been out for so long, you're kind of doing that.
You have to get back into it, Boxy, don't you? Even
you have to get out.
With someone like me, it's quite easy because I stream every day. Because you are Mr. Box Office Unleashed, you need that right little window of opportunity to burst in. You're one of the things Kuva loves to say about you is you are throw a grenade and then just walk away and close the door, and it's brilliant. But sometimes you need that. Sometimes people need to be told.
Sometimes you need to be told. But I mean, in some ways, sometimes I'm not. I'm pretty relaxed right now. Because I know how I feel, and I'm feeling like this for so long now. So it's like it's not really a big deal for me. I'm kind of now I'm on the trajectory of diverting my attention other places. Like on a Saturday night, you know what I mean? Or Saturday, doing other things, you know what I mean? I'm more annoyed if I'm not doing any other things, you know what I mean? The Chelsea game, if it's like this on Thursday, you think I'm going to be watching Chelsea game?
It's bad, Foxy. There's a guy that's a Chelsea fan in the offices, a couple of buildings from me, and I saw him this morning saying, I said to him, we play you lot this week, and I said, you lot are battering us, and he said, no, you're not, and I said, yes, you are, and it's so bad for both of us that we think they're going to batter us and they think we're going to batter them, and it's just like we don't care anymore. It's just like it's awful. It's really upsetting, but it's slightly funny.
It's not even upsetting for you.
It brings back the human aspect. It's just football at the end of the day, and we can be mates and just have a laugh.
I think it's got to that point where you just think, it just is what it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? So, but I think, like I said, I felt like this under Conte, but I kept going on stream. Now I've learnt my lesson. I do other things, and it's just more important things. Maybe because I'm 37 years old, going on 38. Yeah. Maybe that's the reason as well. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like you as well, Boxy. I'm 29, so it's not an age thing. It's just we go to games. We are sort of. I'm not going to call myself a realist, but I like to see things with my own eyes because I go to football games. It's like I get all the information from sitting in a stand and watching a game of football. But you are the same. We like to watch games of football with our eyes, and we make up decisions on what we've seen personally. But no. You and I are very similar in this. We don't like statistics. We like to say, because a statistic doesn't tell you what a guy's attitude is.
Remind people when you started that me and you weren't getting on. Remind people that me and you did not get on. Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing now. We're like a house on fire right now. See how things happen. See how things happen. See how it works. You know what I mean? It's stunning, isn't it?
I love
you know
it. What I mean?
Great. There's a lot of people I didn't get on with.
But now, it's football. It's nothing.
It's just football, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what? It's magic. We got Smithy's in the house. Big love to you, Smithy. Hopefully you're well. Saying big up 2Bs, Benji and Boxy. Mr. Yes, royalty is in there. We got Phil P. Woo! Good to see you. Lunchtime with Boxy. We got Rob Welshburg. Good to see you. Afternoon bed and axe. Hope you're both well. I'm doing well. We got Fiona's in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Rinketic's in the house. Good to see you, bud. Alex has given up on trophies for Spurs and hunting there for a missus instead. Big up to you. Big up to you. Everyone will find someone. Everyone will find someone. I thought Alex was 21. You sweet talker. You sweet talker, Sheriff. Which is, you're not allowed sugar, but you're a sweet talker. Both of you, I am certainly going to the march this weekend. I don't know what time I'm getting there, but I'll certainly be there. And big up. We didn't start this fire. It was always burning. Well, it always takes a spark. One little spark from me to you, in the words of, what's his name? From the Imagination Ride in Disney World. I can't remember. But look at this deluded fool in the chat.
Yeah. Look at that deluded guy, Danny. Oh, here we go. Kiriaku. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, it's always good to see
Danny. He used to call you the deluded one. No,
I know. He's the deluded one, yeah.
Again, it's gone like that.
I know.
I love it.
Everything we're saying, it's good to see Danny. It's good
I
to
love
see Danny.
Danny.
Danny knows why I'm saying that. He knows why I'm saying that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go into it. That's Alex's business. You know what I mean? Not Mr. Box Office's business. You know what I mean? Mr. Box Office is always deluded, but he knows why I'm saying that. You know what I mean? But it's just like I say, Ben, it's I do have my a guilty pleasure is a little bit of wrestling. I will say that. I will say that a little bit. I don't really talk about it on stream too much because I don't really want to talk too much on the personal stuff, because then they'll start realizing what Alex is like. And Alex is a very nice he's a nice guy. He's a very nice guy.
He certainly is.
A mug at the same time. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And by the way, Danny, acknowledge the one. Yeah, you should be acknowledged the one. By the way, not Mr. Post Office, Mr. Box Office to you, bruv. Anyway,
indeed. We're actually joined by another guest. I knew he was going to turn up eventually, but Mr. Daigle was here.
Hey! How are we doing, boys, and everyone in the chat? I hope you're all good and well. I was meant to join at 9, but I got on a phone call, and then Spurs announced their financial results. And
brilliant!
I read Daniel Levy's statement, and my phone is going mad. Good old Coy's Daniel has.
Coy's Daniel.
Daniel's left
You know this, Philly. There's only one tribal chief in the Spurs YouTube community, so you better get on it and acknowledge the Kauffie and the final boss as the bloodline of this YouTube community. And if you don't know, as this man says, get to know.
Look at that smile. Look at that smile. If ever you're in a dark place, just go watch Mr. Box Office and just wait for that smile to come. Honestly.
I love how Brian puts up. It comes on the stream and says, I just saw some things about the financial results from Tottenham. Yeah. So when Tottenham not even in the news, you know what I mean? They had to find somewhere to get on the news.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Mate, you know what?
It's so not relevant at the moment. It's so funny, isn't it?
I'm delighted they've done it, because they've done it. And Daniel Levy's statement, if there was ever a reason, if you're on the edge of your seat thinking, do I go? Do I big up Rumi, my ride, or do I do? If there was a reason to say, but do you want me to read Daniel's statement?
Go on then.
All right, let me get it. Let me get this up.
We're supposed to have a chill stream today, Aki. You come in.
Yes, mate. I didn't do it, mate. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. You've got breaking news here, buddy. You should be rolling with the punches.
Wait, let me play it.
I've got it. Count the viewers.
I've got it. London.
Okay, let me know when I can start, because I've got the screen up. Okay, this is the chairman's statement. As we announce our financial results for the year 30th of June 2024, We currently find ourselves in 14th position in the Premier League, navigating what has been a highly challenging season on the pitch. You've navigated absolutely nothing. We are, however, in the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa League. Winning this competition would see welcome silverware and mean qualification for the UEFA Champions League. We must do everything we can do to support the team in the final key stages. Since opening our new stadium in 2019, we have invested over £700 million net worth in player acquisitions. Recruitment remains a key focus, and we must ensure that we make smart purchases within our financial means. I often read calls for us to spend more, given that we are ranked 9th richest club in the world. However, a closer examination of today's financial figures reveals that such spending must be sustainable in the long term and within our operating revenues. Our capacity to generate recurring revenues determines our spending power. We cannot spend what we do not have, and we will not compromise the financial stability of the club. Indeed, our off-pitch revenues have significantly supplemented the lower football revenues this year because you don't buy the better players. Testament to our diversified income strategy. I want to thank everyone who supports us through the good times and the bad times. That's not a stab at Enoch out, Levy out, Tottenham. We are resilient and passionate about our football club, and we shall aim to finish the season as strongly as we can and continue to build success on the pitch. Daniel Levy.
Not Curtis Daniel.
No, they're continuing. They're
How
continuing to
dare
build.
you?
They
How
are.
dare you not write Curtis Daniel?
They are continuing to build. I mean, there are so many lines in that. There are so many lines to put. Honestly, it's. I mean, Daniel. All I will say, Daniel, thank you. Thank you for doing this. Literally days away from a protest.
Yes.
Thank you for dropping this utter nonsense days before a protest.
This is great. We can let Mr. Box Office either laugh or unleash. It's one of those two.
I'm just
What is
laughing.
your reaction? What is your reaction to that statement, Mr. Box Office?
Oh my gosh! And that's wonder why I don't watch the football anymore. Anyway, moving on.
Wait, I'll just say
gosh.
one thing. Let me just show you how stupid this man is. Because I read through his bullshit, I can see through the lies, as can others. I'm not saying like I'm some oracle or anything, but this man, just like, do you remember when the trust asked him questions?
Mm.
And the first question, when we did the review, Ben, with Ireland,
Yes.
I knew from the very first line, because the trust asked Tottenham, or asked Levy, what is the immediate to long-term future of the club? And the first sentence he said, big up Flower. The first sentence he said was, in the last 17 years, we've been in Europe 16 times. So he's talking about the past. Daniel starts this one with, we currently find ourselves 14th in the league and navigating what's been a hugely challenging season. And the last sentence is, or the last words are, we will continue to bring success on the pitch. So we start with, we're 14th in the league and navigating a way through a hard season, and then ends it with, we continue to bring success on the pitch.
Yeah.
6 years. I saw today in my Facebook memory, 6 years ago today, to this very day, Dele Alli went to look at the stadium for the first time because he's one of them that didn't want to see the stadium being built bit by bit. So there's a massive thing. I've retweeted it. Today, on this very day, Dele Alli went and looked at the stadium. Because April the 3rd, the day we play Chelsea, is 6 years we've been in that stadium, the Crystal Palace game.
Yeah.
If someone had said to Dele Alli 6 years ago, your career's going to go like that for various reasons, but Tottenham Hotspur, since moving to the game-changing stadium, would have 7 managers, 8 if you include Mason twice, 14th. You just can't make this stuff up. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for releasing this.
It's shameless, isn't it, Alex? It's shameless. It's continued success. What success?
Listen, it is what it is, isn't it? With him, innit? You know what I mean? I think it's like I say. What is really relevant about Tottenham at the moment? There's nothing relevant at the moment. The only thing we've got to talk about is Europa League. That's all we've got to talk about at the moment. I'm done with the league. Like I said, again, I do apologise to people. I apologise to people because I'm repeating what I've said before. So I've been repeating the same thing, the same content I've said for years and years and years. You know what I mean? So just a spoiler alert on this. Sorry about this, but you know, like I say, you know, we've not. You know, there's not really anything to really worry about at the moment with Tottenham. Then this Europa League at the moment. So I think he's maybe counting on that at the moment, really. I stick by what I say though. He's and even if Parachi comes in, which again I said on my channel, Mr. Box Office TV, back by popular demand yesterday. You know, his IQ for managers has been absolutely shambolic. Absolutely shambolic, and there's no excuses because how long has he been chairman of this club?
Since 2001.
2001.
24 years.
And he's seen a lot of managers go through the door, and he's seen other teams getting lots of coaches through the door. And why am I seeing people like Pochettino coming from Spain, right, going to Southampton? We pick him off, and then he becomes the success that he was at Tottenham. Why am I seeing Graham Potter being success at Brighton and then going off and now doing what he's doing at West Ham? Why am I seeing Areola going to Bournemouth doing the research that they did and get Areola in? So what is the excuses of Tottenham? Where's the excuses? Like I said, you know what I mean? It's no excuses at all, you know, and there's no excuses why you can't get coaches in, and that's it for me. Ange Postecoglou, anyway, I don't want to say any more on that one anyway, you know what I mean? But you know, it's just you know, that statement just sums up Tottenham, really, you know what I mean? But it's nice weather outside, isn't it, guys? You know what I mean? It's really nice weather outside. It's sunny weather outside, isn't it? Let's keep, you know, just to say the positives about things. You know, I had a really good weekend, hearing some nice soca music. You know what I mean? And you know, nice sunshine and that. You know what I mean? You know, you know. So yeah. So that's the positives. Back to you, Ben.
Continue to build success. Sorry, that's one of the funniest lines I've ever heard in my entire life.
I wouldn't call Poch washed, Catman. The USA, the players aren't great. Big up, Catman. I love you, mate. But when Pochettino was at Chelsea last year, after the first 10 games, no manager in the league took more points than him after the first 10 games. From game 11 to game 38, no manager took more points than him. That's improvement. Whereas our manager, after the first 10 games, was 17th in the form table. I don't think it's necessarily all the manager's fault, as we like to say here, because there is a massive piece of the pie. There's a massive piece of the pie. But I am not the most I would say I am more negatively phased and I'm more critical because it's just who I am. But I was really, really happy with the players we brought in the summer. I really enjoyed the players. I saw young players coming in and giving them a chance to bloom. These players are not 14th. These players are much better than 14th. We all raved about the transfer window in the summer. Most of us. Very few people said, you know what, this is a 2 out of 10 transfer window. We said, yes, there are cracks. Yes, we can improve. But we like this transfer window. I wouldn't call Poch washed at all. I think that's a bit, but it's, again, football's all about opinions, isn't it? If you think Poch is washed, you're absolutely right to think you're absolutely allowed to have that opinion. And we're not going to silence anyone. Indeed, it's good to say Mr. Douglas. No, he wasn't, Will. You're just being contrarian.
I don't want Poch back. I do not want Poch back under that. Not under Daniel Levy. If we announce new owners tomorrow and went for Poch, my arms are wide open. Wide open. Under Daniel goddamn Levy, I don't want to see Mauricio Pochettino anywhere near this football club.
No, but
Anywhere near it.
The players were great, but Poch was an unbelievable coach. He is a brilliant coach. We're bringing in Danny. Danny's in the sunshine. Who would have thought on a day we'd have Danny and Box Office on the same street? Which shit Liverpool team?
Even though he's deluded.
Danny,
you're still deluded.
What have you got to say about yourself?
Well, nothing to say about myself, but to say about the genius that is Daniel Levy, right? I mean, do you know what the most funniest thing about that statement is? The fact that there are people that are actually going to listen and buy into that and think that he's actually, oh yeah, look what Daniel Levy said, we're going to continue success. I mean, it's the most fucking delusional shit I've ever heard. I mean, honestly, what the hell? I mean, I don't understand it. Like, what? It's genuinely laughable. Like, Alex's reaction basically summed it up for me.
Brilliant.
Because the fact that he said continued success. I mean, what success? What is he talking about? Beyonce and 50 Cent and Mary J. Blige coming to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? Well, that could be deemed a success for him. But has that got anything to do with Brenda Johnson playing at right wing for us? No, it does not. It's like, and what success have we got on the pitch? We're buying, and the fact that he's got the audacity to say, yeah, we are the 9th richest club, and yet we have to spend within our means. I mean, did Daniel Levy forget to mention the absolute diabolical wage structure we have at this club? And you've got clubs like Aston Villa and Newcastle got better wage structures than us. I mean, it's just, and you wonder why these teams are doing better than us.
You got to remember, Danny, and this is what's going to show him up. It's going to show him up big time, because I know for a fact what's about to happen in the next few days is, well, not for a fact, but I can guarantee it from the Levy playbook, is he says we've got to spend within our means and blah, 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 blah. You watch his bonus be increased from last year.
Oh, yeah, probably.
You watch him get a higher bonus because he's so stupid.
It's interesting. I wouldn't say Aston Villa's wage structure is better, because 91% of their income is spent on players. That's not a good wage structure. I'm not saying that. Oh wait, ours is 41% of our income goes on players. There needs to be a balance, doesn't there, Aki? I'm going to be balanced here because I'm the host of the show and it's devil's advocate and all this nonsense, whatever they like to say. Aston Villa spend 91% of their income on players' wages.
Yep.
Us being one of the most highest income teams in the country should be able to pay top players' wages. You don't have to have you don't have to do an Aston Villa and spend 91% of your wages on players, but at least make it a balance where you can spend at least, 50-60% on wages, and then you would see the team progress as a football team.
Well, what I'll do now is I'm just going to read the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 7 things that they've broken down. What's up? Go on.
I just want to say one thing. Just on that wage structure, we've got, I think it's 4 players, which includes 1 loanee, right? That are over 100 grand a week. That is pathetic for a club that's trying to. They're trying, but this is the thing. This is what they target when they talk about. When Daniel Levy talks about players they've invested into the squad, right, and they have to be smart. How is paying £50 million for Brenda Johnson, an average shit player, and 50 million pounds for Richarlison and 60 million pounds for Ndombele? That's not smart. That is absolutely the complete opposite of being smart. And the fact that we've got Timo Turbo Wiener on loan and we're paying him 175 grand a week, right, to sit on the bench and do absolutely nothing for this club is another disgrace. So how can he talk about being smart? It's a joke. I mean, and do you know how sad it is? You had fans in the January transfer window saying that they didn't want someone like Asensio in their team. I'm like, you guys are people who kept saying that to me all over social media. You're absolutely delusional idiots who don't clearly watch football. And it's like someone like Asensio is tearing it up at Aston Villa. And this is the guy who just came from PSG. He might not be in the
Rashford
PSG
as well,
team as much.
Rashford
But,
as well, Danny.
well, yeah,
I'm
it's
not
just,
the biggest. I'm not the biggest fan of Marcus Rashford, and I think paying him 380 grand a week is silly. But
yeah,
to
I
say
agree.
you
I agree.
would not have a Marcus Rashford for a season at your club over a
Oh,
Timo Werner.
So
Oh,
let me give
100%.
these figures. Let me give these
Yeah.
figures that they have released. There's 7 of them, and I'll bring it. So the first one
Go
they
on,
did
man.
was receipts, which the year prior was 117.6 million. And they have dropped to 105.8 million. And Spurs have come out and said that's because we played 9 fewer games at home the season this is for. Well done, Daniel. That's what happens when you don't have European football, when you get knocked out of the cups at the very, very early rounds because the players aren't good enough. UEFA prize money, 56.2 million the previous year, down to 1.3 because we weren't in Europe. Do you know what, Daniel? If you have better players, you pay better wages, you get Europe. TV and media was 148.1, has gone up to 165.9. Commercial and other income was 227.7, has gone up to 255.2. The total revenue for 2023 was 549,600,000. This year went down because of European money, lack of games, blah, 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 to 528.6. But the profit from
that's such a big difference.
Danny, one sec. The profits from operations was 138.7, went up to 144.9, and our profit from our loss for the season before was 86.8 million. This year was only 26.2. So the loss has gone down by 60 million.
Cut all the wage structure.
We didn't make enough money on gates because we didn't have European football and got knocked out of cups. Who'd have thought not playing more games at home, meaning you're in the bigger competitions or getting further in them, would have an impact? And European football, because that's what we strive for, top 4. When you're not in Europe, because you don't have the team capable of doing it, or the manager, or the bench, or whatever, you go into Europe and your profits go down.
Yeah.
That's all it.
What do you make of this, Alex? Because it's such a.
I mean, can I just say one thing?
Boxy hasn't said anything, Danny. What do you think?
Hold on. I just want to say one thing.
Let Danny say something. He's got something on his chest. Let him get in. You can see he's got something on his chest. Go on.
We're so pathetic, right? That we are having to advertise a new medical team on LinkedIn. I mean, what professional company, right? That earns that sort of money in the sports industry advertises jobs on LinkedIn. A club like Tottenham, who's the 9th richest in the world, they should be going to poach some of the best clubs around the world because they can if they want to. The fact that they're actually trying to get people because they won't do it the way that a normal football club would work. Like when you go for a manager, or like when you go for a new director of football and all this kind of stuff. You go and get who you desire, right, or who you can get. But I mean, it is just absolutely disgraceful that they can do that, and they just. I mean, it's the clubs are run like a joke from top to bottom. What do we call it the other day, Brian? They're literally a circus.
We run this business like a small company. We run this company like a small company, but we're a gargantuan. So, like, if I was going to employ someone, I would use LinkedIn because that would be really good in a small business setting. LinkedIn is great. This is a gargantuan billion-pound organisation.
You know what, Ben? Do you know what? Like the fact that they say that we're doing this new, like they've been saying the last 2 years, we've been doing this new data-led recruitment, right? Why don't they fucking do the same? Sorry for swearing. Why don't they do the same thing, right, for the medical team? Why don't they use the data to find out what actual teams have got a good medical department?
I agree.
Yeah, and go and get one. It's just stupid. It's absolutely. They just contradict themselves all the time. And the more Daniel Levy speaks, the more dumb he sounds, and the more it just it just shows and proves everyone that he's just incompetent as a chairman of this club.
Boxy, what do you think?
For me, it's not like I said. Financially, you can say that he's done well, but for me, like I said, the excuses have gone really thin with the football side of things. You know what I mean? And for me, the clear indication for me at the end of the day is that I know the ultimate goal, what the ownership's all about. Danny said it a lot of times before, and it's quite clear for me, and that's why now I think it was more to do with after Manchester United. Actually, to be honest with you, after we won the game against Manchester United very luckily in the Premier League at home. That's when I said I need to do other things rather than waste my money doing this anymore, because I realized that nothing will change because we don't try and put things up to change the way that we are doing things. You see what I'm saying? And with the excuses, I mean is that, you know, with the whole thing with Parategy at the moment coming in, right? Now, structurally, he might look good, right? Now, he might do things better, right? But I know that this guy, you know what sort of managers he's going to bring in. You know what sort of managers he's going to bring in.
Yeah.
Right? And you know that he's not very good at doing that. There's even an argument that some of the players that we're going to get, I don't know if they're actually as good as what Paul Mitchell did back in the day. Like
Paul
David
Mitchell's
Pleat
fantastic.
back in the day, like Frank Arneson back in the day. You see what I'm saying? You know, and you know, so you know, and the reason why I come to these conclusions is right when I look at, and I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself again. I'm referring back to myself about Bournemouth, Leicester City, Aston Villa right now. You know, you got your Brentfords. You know, you got all these other teams, Brightons. Right? Why are they finding players and having a structure in place and finding coaches that no one really knows about, right? And they're coming in, right? And they're doing what they're doing. And then if they're doing well, they'll just let them go and they'll just get another person in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, I'm doing research as well. I've mentioned people like Ingor Perez from Real Vallecano, who ironically was assistant of bloody Areola. He's doing well at Vallecano. There is obviously the Stuttgart manager as well. There's loads of other coaches out there.
He's off the table, unfortunately. He signed a new contract.
Well, no, I know, but what I'm saying is that there's so many coaches out there, right? There are so many coaches out there, right, that we could be going at right now, right, to look at, but we don't do that. You see what I'm saying? And you know, because the mistakes are happening right now. Bentancur's going to get a bloody another contract. Which again,
they're terrified about him going to. They're terrified about him and Romero going off to Atletico Madrid, aren't they? Because they want to get paid for them. They want to get paid for them. How long has Bentancur got in his contract? 1 year, 2 years?
Yeah, but why?
That's the only reason, Alex, why they want to renew their contracts is because of that. What Ben said, it's about making money. That's all it ever is about. Spurs is making money. It's never about anything else. It's like they just want to maximise because they've still got hotels to build. They've still got a sports centre to build next to the stadium. They've still got a lot of stuff to build. So it's
about the new
people, but also Alex, people forget, right? People forget that they own a lot of the Tottenham High Road, and their plans are still in place to develop everything. Chicking's going to be gone in a couple of years. Like all of this is going to be gone. Like, because they own it. They own the land. They own the properties. So they're gonna. It's all gonna change, and it's all to gentrify Tottenham, which has always been their plan since the day they took over this club. They had a 30-year plan of gentrifying the whole area, making one of London's most deprived, poverty-hit areas into an area where they can make a lot of money and make have a lot of different people living in the area. If they do it in so many areas in London, and they're just the company that have been able to get their foot into the door in Tottenham to do it, and that's the thing. That's just what Tottenham have always been about. And people don't understand that, or don't want to understand it. It's because they're just naive. That's it. They just don't, or they don't care enough, and that's why the things are not changing at this club. And that's why we're going to be doing more of these protests with Change for Tottenham and stuff like that, because people are starting to see it and starting to get fed up because nothing's changing. And just on Paratici, right? If he does come back, I know I haven't been watching the news or anything like that. So I don't know what's been going on apart from what people have discussed. But if they have made him an offer and he might be coming back, I'd take him any day of the week over Lange. Any day of the week. Lange is diabolical. Look at Aston Villa, how they've improved since they got Mochi in, right? And how we've gone the opposite way. We're basically where Aston Villa were. That's literally where we are. And it's all because of Lange and his diabolical signings that we've made and recommendation to Ange.
I'll take him back. Yeah, because I'm not going to be a hypocrite, because I've said I want Prodigy back at my club, which is the most embarrassing. It's like me saying about Højbjerg.
Yeah, I know, Alex.
It's like me saying I want Højbjerg back in my midfield when I was dissing him many times. You know what I mean? But again, like, hindsight's a beautiful thing being a Tottenham fan. Like I said, every single time. You know what I mean? You know, but it is what it is. And then we're saying we want to do a youth project, and then people say to me, and I'll get abused for it, why are you not supporting Bergvall? And I know we don't agree on Bergvall, but for me, he's okay. He's okay.
No, he's more than okay. More than okay.
I think what we're doing, because I really like Bergvall. You can see there is a footballer. There's a footballer there.
Yeah.
What Tottenham fans like to do is they're building up the tree so high, and as you know, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. If you make out that Bergvall's going to be a god and he's going to be world class, when he falls, Tottenham fans will be slating him for not being What you need is Bergvall to learn. So I quite like Bentancur. I've not hidden from the fact I still think he's a very good player, Bentancur. I like him. He is very inconsistent, but what you need players like Bentancur to teach Bergvall how. You need experienced players, but what Johan Lang has done is he's getting rid of all of the experienced players, bringing in the tomorrow and expecting the tomorrow to turn up today. You can't expect the tomorrow to turn up. That's why it's called tomorrow. You need to bring in the today as well as the tomorrow. And I think going back to the past is a bit of a problem, but when you see that the recruitment was better in the past, maybe bringing the past into the future might be a good thing.
Yeah, but also, Ben, also what Paratici did do, which I think you've got to give, that no director of football who comes into a football club is 100% perfect. A lot of them are going to make mistakes. They're going to sign players that are not good enough, and they're going to sign players that do work out. And what Paratici did is the same thing. He signed players that are definitely good, that we've got them in our squad, and that we've, like, for example, Vicario, Dogi, and they're not like absolute well beaters. I mean, I think Vicario is a top class keeper, to be honest, but you've got a lot of good players in there, but you need to have that balance. And I think he did make some bad decisions as well, and bad signings, like your Brian Hills. I mean, that was just an awful deal.
No, Brian Hills in Spain looks brilliant. He looks brilliant in Spain.
Yeah, so but true, he does look good in Spain. But the thing is,
one thing I will say about the duds that Paratici brought in, Paratici's duds were at least usable. Like Emerson Royale, I think Nick's going to turn up now. We all slate Emerson Royale, and he's not a good footballer. But Emerson Royale would give you 1,000%, and he wasn't expensive. Was the duds that Lang brings in are
for a lot of money as well, Ben. Yeah, for a lot of money. I mean, it's like Land is living in his own little planet, and I think with Paratici, what I do like what he did was he helped revamp the youth system at Spurs, right? He helped to implement what we've got now, right? But Lange hasn't really taken it to the next level, and I think if he comes back, right, I think he's gonna be able to continue his work that he was doing on the youth, because what he was doing was he was getting rid of all the dead youth prospects that we had in our squads, and all the people that had maybe talent but not application. Like, for example, I know people might disagree with me, but Marcus Edwards, I think, is where he is at now at Burnley. That's his level. That is Marcus Edwards' level. He's no better than that because he's just another player who's got ability and got talent, but he ain't got the application. And this is what a lot of players these days is they prefer the lifestyle than the actual football, right? And that's the thing. So I think with Paratici, he did get in a lot more. He did kind of help. I mean, we won was it last season or season before? We won the Premier League too, didn't we? Right, with the team. So it's not like we haven't got bad youngsters. We've got some absolutely talented youngsters, but I do think we need a manager who's going to.
We've got these good youngsters in though, Danny, because before with Kitchen there was a hard cap on the wages. So
yes, exactly, and that was
we've got this abundance of new talent now. It's because of
Paratici. Yeah, 100%. And the thing is, what he needs to do is what I think Daniel Levy would love, right? Is to actually build a youth academy, right? A youth teams that actually you could like a conveyor belt. So if we don't use them, you can sell them for the 20 million, 30 million, like Chelsea do, like Arsenal do, like Man City do, because those teams are making so much money off their youth academy, right? If they don't make it, and some of them might prove the clubs wrong, but like some of them have. But the fact that they've been able to make a massive profit on them from nothing, right, is what I think he wants. What he wants Paratici to do, because Lads is never going to do that. He's absolutely deluded idiot, right? And I just think,
I'm just going to say, what you're saying is all well and good. This football club, though, forget to put players on big contracts to sell them. So they don't get played. They don't get game time. They keep signing, going, we'll be telling you this. And then it gets to a point where they go, do you know what? I'm never going to see the light of day in the first team. I'm not going to sign a contract.
Yeah, I know.
So it doesn't even, and you look at it now, how much we've stockpiled. We've got enough players to play central defence, midfield, up top, and there's too many numbers to get into the first team. So they'll dangle the carrot, going, oh, yeah, we promise you this. Just got a few loads, blah, blah, blah. Then it'll get to 2 years on their contract, like it happened with Mundell, like it happened with Mark Anday. You look at Cole Palmer's and all that. They leave for big money when Chelsea do it. They leave for big money because they get the experience. They get even Manchester City. That O'Reilly that came on yesterday changed the game, got 2 assists in very quick succession, but they bleed in with a star-studded Manchester City team.
Yeah, which is why it works.
Players, you're going to play in the shitty European competitions with no quality. You're going to lose to inferior teams because you're just youth and these are grown professionals. You're going to look shit. We're not going to play in the Premier League. You're not going to get the exposure. And then when you don't sign a contract, we'll either A, let you go, or B, sell you for shit.
Yeah, and the thing is, Brian, as well, like to add on to your point, it's also like when you see these players, right? You kind of said it anyway, but when you look at Liverpool, you look at Man City, you look at Arsenal, you look at Chelsea, why is it that you're able to bring through youngsters, right, and they actually sell them on for more? It's because they have got quality around them, so it's easier to bring in youngsters, because if the youngsters are not performing, there's not as much pressure on them, right? And when you bring them into a team like Tottenham who've got crap players, right, like not enough quality. Like if I'll give you an example, if we had the quality that we had now in Pochettino's prime era, right, where we had Moussa Dembele, Wanyama, Ericsson, Dele Alli, if we had like a Jamie Donnelly or Mikey Moore then, right, they would be able to develop at such a better rate because they're playing. There's a lot more confidence in the team because they're at a higher level, right? And there's less pressure on them to perform because you've got a star-studded first 11 around you, right? And that's the key. And that's where I think we need. That's why I know there's rumours about it, but I think I can't wait to see the back of Ange. To be honest with you, I cannot wait to see the back of him because he is just useless. And let's be honest, if we didn't have these injuries, there's no way any of these players like Bergbaut or any of them would have had minutes. No way in hell, right? So if the rumours are true and Paratici comes in and goes and gets someone like Xavi, I think someone like him would be really good because his coaching philosophy and style is what we
Yeah.
want. But also, look at what Xavi did at Barcelona, right? When he brought through Pedri, he brought through Yamal, he brought through all these
Gabby,
top youngsters. Yeah, Gabby, yeah. And
Gabby.
he's someone that understands how to bed in youngsters with a team of players around you who are more seasoned professionals and are a higher level of experience, right?
So let
He
me-
can do that. Go on,
I was
go on,
no, I
go
was
on,
just
man.
saying as well with his statement saying that we're going to buy within our means and yada yada. Do you reckon that really entices new managers to go? Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to one of the biggest clubs in the world, like financially, one of the
Yeah.
biggest names in English football, in stature, not in obviously success.
Yeah.
And they're pumping money through the gates and through all sources of revenue streams, more partners than a serial bigamist. And yet we have to spend within our means because we can't do this and we can't do that. Oh, come and get us Champions League football. Big up, Bobby Bright. Oh, shit.
Yeah, man.
We're seeing each other today, aren't we? I've got to get ready after this. I forgot I'm spending the day at Bobby K.
Here's Bobby K.
But-
It's a
Bobby
great
K.
reminder.
Mate,
Thank you so
but-
much. for the
Mate,
13
it had
months and that.
completely slipped my mind. Let me just message him now.
We're gonna
But
go to
one
Alex.
thing,
We're gonna go to Alex now because Chavi's an interesting one because I would take Chavi because I
so would
think
I.
we need a coach. I would take Chavi for a year and get Poch back after the World Cup. I think that's what the plan is. Take Chavi for a year. He can build up
I think it's something like that.
he can build up his notoriety over a years. I've managed in the Premier League, blah, blah, blah. This is what I've done at a club that's in blah, 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 blah. And then Spurs want Poch back. I think all the noises are there that they want Poch back. I want to ask the chat, would you take Xavi as the manager? Do you think Xavi's the right fit for the club?
I'd take him over Ange any day of the week. And the thing also, what I would trust more, if Paratici is the one who comes in and wants to bring him in, I've got way more faith and trust that Paratici can get better quality of players, right, for less money, like the way that Daniel Levy would like to do it, like this the quotation smart business, right? And I think he can prove that. Look at what he did with Vicario. I mean, Vicario was an absolute bargain of a signing, and there's a lot of players that he did bring in who are. Look how he did the Kulu deal. I think why I like Paratici is because he's got so many contacts in the business in football, right? And he knows how to make the right deals. He's a way better negotiator and someone who can actually complete deals, unlike Lange, right? I mean, we had to get Daniel Levy involved in the Matthias Tell deal because he couldn't do it. I mean, it's pathetic. I mean, you got your main man. You can't even make a deal.
We're going to give you a copyright strike for taking. I said Mr. Box Office speak, and then this is copyright infringement, Danny. There's only one Mr. Box Office here on this screen.
Mr.
And you're
Post
not
Office.
Mr. Box Office. Mr. Box Office. Unleash.
On the back of what Danny's saying at the moment, yeah. Okay, I've heard a lot about Xavi, right? Okay, and Xavi, okay, good coach with young players, cool. Okay, now for me, okay, if he comes in, that's great, right? First 6 months, first 12 months, see how it is, right? So what happens to the second 12 months? Right, when he's not going to get the players he wants, okay. What happens when, because he's going to get, Prodigy will dress it up like, yeah, you're coming to the Premier League, yeah, great. So what I'm saying is, at the moment, this is why it goes back to what I said before. When you've got a known coach that has been in big teams and his trajectory is going up there right at the moment, right? Why is he going to want to come to Tottenham? Well, he will come to Tottenham. That's cool, but what happens when when it goes wrong? You know what I mean? When he sees, well, we're not going to get any better, and he does a Conte and says, you know what, I need to go somewhere else. What we're going to do then? We're going to go back to Poch, because for me at the moment, I don't see that as an answer for me. This is where my issue is at the moment. What is our goal at the moment as a club at the moment? Because for me, the goal should be not trophies at the moment. right? Figuring out a structure at the moment. How are you going to maneuver? Because it's not about a manager being here for 18 for more than 18 months anymore. We're not that club anymore. We never were that club. We've proven it over the years. By the way, I said this on Mr. Box Office TV yesterday, by the way, on my show, by the way. If you'd like to subscribe, if you don't know, get to know. You know what I mean? So I'm only repeating what I said. You know what I mean? Just to give a little bit of a plug. But the point I'm making is, right, this is why I'm referring back to Brighton, why I refer back to, Fulham. They're churning out coaches and bringing on coaches, regardless whether if a coach brings them to a ceiling and a big team says, we'll take your manager, they're sitting there saying, well, we'll get somebody else in, right, that we've done research on to carry on that process. And this is where I look at Daniel Levy and say, I'm sorry, mate. This is excuses now because small teams are figuring it out easily. You know what I mean? Why are we not getting the unknowns? Why are we not getting the unknown coaches anymore? What's the deal here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me, yeah, Javi would be a better than bloody Ange Postecoglou, 110%, because that guy's got not a clue whatsoever. You know my feelings already on this guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The
only up here, right in front of you right now, was speaking the truth from the very get-go when people were having a go at him, and Brian and Ben can be a testament to that because they know exactly what was said about me as well. By the way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the point I'm making is, and he ain't an unknown, by the way. He wasn't an unknown, Phil P. He wasn't an unknown, Ange Postecoglou, because everybody knew about him. But the thing is, though, the difference is with Ange Postecoglou and Eddie Howe, and I've said this on my channel again, no one would have taken Eddie Howe after Bournemouth. No one would have taken him after Bournemouth.
I would have taken him.
Right? But after what he did, with that time out, learning his trade, going to other clubs, going to other coaches, right?
Yeah.
Now you're seeing the different side of him evolving, right? And being more pragmatic. That pragmatism, right? Sorry if I got that wrong, has ended up him.
You got it right.
Winning, pragmatism
Yeah.
has ended up him winning the bloody Carabao Cup, right?
Yeah.
Same level as Tottenham, by the way. The last trophy that Tottenham won, by the way, with a reject manager.
And spending less.
Spending less with FFP, by the way. FFP regulations as well, right? You know what I mean?
Do you know what the problem is?
Now
Alex?
people now are saying Glasner. People now are saying about
I'm
Glasner. Talk about Glasner now, yeah?
I think Glasner's great.
Glasner's great.
Yeah,
but what did Glasner do after Frankfurt? What did he do after Frankfurt? He'd taken a break, right? Learn his things that weren't wrong, right? Learn things that he needs to improve on. Look at him at Crystal Palace having that bad run beginning of this season. Beginning of this season. Look how he's learned what Ange's not learned from his bad run, and look what he's doing right now. You know what I mean?
What you've got to look at, Alex, what you've got to look at right now, and as a club we have to, whoever the next manager is, please God there is one before the start of next season, we need to start realising that qualifying for the Champions League next season isn't even a thought. People shouldn't be saying new manager comes in, we're going to spend, we're going for top 4. We need to get back in the top 8.
Exactly.
And then once we get into the top 8,
what we need to do, Aki, I agree with you. But forget thinking about positions on the board. We need to build a competent football team that can actually pass to each other. That can do
A coach
5
team,
yard, 7-yard passes. We need to be a coach team that's competent. Because what we're seeing is we're seing a bunch of headless chickens running about. We need a competent.
We are, and do you know what? Do you know what as well? Just to add, Ben, like with Glasner, for example, with Glasner, he I think Palace have got the 3rd best defensive record in the league this season at the moment.
Danny, I was watching Danny. Yeah. Let me just go for you very quick, just to stop that. And people keep saying we should beat Palace because we're at home. Palace have last conceded an away goal when Gabriel Jesus scored the hat-trick to knock them out of the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. That was before Christmas. They have not
Jesus.
conceded an away goal
That's
since
insane.
before Christmas. But Spurs fans think we should beat them because we have better play. You're right with that. That's an incredible stat.
It is. It's crazy. And the fact as well, Brian, is like they went and bought Lacroix from the same team that we bought Van der Ven from? He was his partner, wasn't he? And it's like, look at how good he's been this year. He's been sensational for them alongside Guehi. Like them two, and Lacroix talks about how, and he's a fast defender as well. Like that's the type of signing we should have signed, like to replace Romero. I think Romero's gone. I think he's gone. That's who we should go for. Look at him. He's a top centre back, and he's young as well. He's not that old.
You know my feelings, Danny. But anyone that's listened to me, I am an enormous fan. Mark Guehi reminds me of Ledley King. That's how highly I think of Mark Guehi. I think he's a superb defender.
I agree, but I think this season, I was a bit skeptical on him, right? Because he was a bit inconsistent. But this season, he's shown so much more than what I've seen from him in terms of his competence, his awareness, his positioning. I think he's a much better all-round defender this season. And look at the stats don't lie. Look at how Glasner's coached him this year. I mean, to not concede an away goal since then is mad. For Crystal Palace.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about this and then we're gonna end the show because we have gone over the clock. So for everyone that likes a longer show, make sure you like and subscribe to the.
Oh, sorry about that. When you look at Ange, what's annoying is that when we do play that kind of scintillating football in moments, it is amazing to watch. Right, it is. Like we saw it against Alkmaar. We've seen it quite a lot of times this season, but the problem is it's in moments. And the worst thing is the rest of the games, and it's just too few and far between that we don't play like that.
It's when it becomes an anomaly. That is the anomaly. The scintillating moment is the anomaly. But
exactly, and it's not.
We've got this piece of news from the player. Apparently, Romero has already spoken to Diego Simeone about the possibility of joining.
Yeah,
this is currently speculation. According to what I've seen, Atletico Madrid only want to offer 30 to 40 million pounds for Christian
that's not
Romero.
happening. That's not happening. I know how much Spurs value him at. It's a lot more value than that.
Let's face it, Danny,
Go on, Ben. Go on. You finish.
Let's face it. I'm going to side with the club on this. Romero is a £70 million defender. He is.
100%. Well, if they're charging...
Sod off, Atletico. You can shut up. You can shut up, mate.
Yeah, no.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't know why fans are going, oh, yeah, he's a 70 million, 80 million, 90 million, 100 million, whatever you want to fucking well call him. Danso is the replacement. Ferguson is the replacement. Yeah. The money, most players lose a big player and they go, right, we've just lost a rock at the back. We've just lost an elite. You'd probably put him in the bracket that people would say world class. And that is a very, 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 very select few at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. You would say, right, we've just lost a world class player.
He's not world class. He's not world class.
No, but Danny, people can put him in that bracket as fans do.
Yeah,
fans
the thing is, Brian. Hold on. Too many fans nowadays brand too many players world class. Like they brand Saka.
Spurs, what we have as caliber. If you're going to put our players into caliber, he's at the top tier. And what I'm saying is, he's won the World Cup. When he's at Argentina, he's phenomenal. When he's on top form, he is an elite defender. But it does not. Where he is standing wise, I don't really care because it does not matter. I don't know why we're here going, I won't take a bid of 40 million, 50 million, 6 million, 7 million, whatever the figure is. The money will not go back and be invested in signing a quality player. It will be, as I've always said, quantity over quality. It will be youngsters that might become that elite level. It won't be.
I'll tell you what,
And we do it every single time. So I don't give a fuck what Romero goes for. We're not going to see it. We're not going to be.
but Brian,
It's not
what will
going to be
happen
invested.
is,
Harry Kane. Look, I can go through the whole Koch team. I can go through the whole Harry Redknapp team. I can go through the whole Martin Yole team. Look how long it took to replace the elite players that we sold. Never signed with elite replacements. Potential. So I don't get why. I personally will not get involved in this. Oh yeah, we're nothing for. Why does it matter to us? Why does it matter?
I know,
Are we gonna?
it doesn't, Brian. But the thing,
It
what
won't
we will see, what they'll probably say, right, is that we've got Ashley Phillips on loan, and we've got Vuskovic coming in as well, right? So that's what they'll probably use. So then they'll say the players like Dragusin and Danso, they're going to be the main ones, and they'll look to build Vuskovic up and players like that because he's a talented young centre back and he's shown how good he can be. But we haven't seen him in the Premier League yet, so that's another thing. So it's just those kind of things really that Spurs will do. They will just keep the money for themselves, and then we'll just see players like these players trying to.
Boxy, what do you think about this Romero news? We're gonna go around that. We have to end because people are now starting to call me. This is why the show's only an hour, because after it, people start calling me. Boxy, what do you think about this Romero news?
Short and sweet, get rid.
Yeah.
Get rid. Honestly, it's like I do apologize, Ben. I do apologize, but I have to say it because I call him this all the time. That reject from Juventus, Bentancur as well.
Now,
that reject from Juventus, Bentancur.
You're
Get
allowed
rid
an
of him as
opinion.
well.
We're not an echo chamber.
Yeah, I know, but I know we want to try and keep it PG. But you know, I tried to keep it PG for
guys,
you. But
I've got to shoot. So,
Cheers, Danny.
pleasure to be on.
As always.
See you guys later. Speak to you later, guys.
See you later, Kenny.
Cheers, Danny. Bye. Much love.
But big up Danny. But just I was selling because we hold on to players too much, too long for me. And Romero has regressed this season. I don't think he was actually that great. You know what I mean? Like we watched the game over the break when they had that charity match when you had Ledley King, you had Bobby Keane, Dawson. You know, top defenders. You know what I mean? But Dawson was not a absolutely world class defender, but you'd have him all day long over some of the defenders we've got. By the way, I even don't even rate too much Van der Ven so much now. You know what I mean? Because
Watch it. Bobby K's in the room.
Van der Ven. I'm sorry, truth hurts coming from Mr. Box.
Oh
Office.
no!
You know what I mean?
Oh Jesus!
You know what I mean? Truth hurts coming from Mr. Box Office. Like, yeah, he aesthetically he looks good, right? But all he's got is pace. That's all he's got. Defensively, as a defender, I'm taking Danzo over him all day long. I'm not being funny. As a defender, Danzo's a better defender than him. You could even argue.
One's left, one's right, Boxy.
Well, yeah, but you could even argue Davis is a better defender than him this season.
Oh, whoa.
Defensively, he's a very better.
This is what I mean about Boxy throwing the grenade in. We're about to finish.
Whoa. Box Office, I can't allow you to complete that.
And then Ledley King was a great defender as well. Obviously, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I can't mention Sol Campbell, but I can't say that, can I? But anyway, I don't want to do that. I haven't lost the plot here.
It's why we love you, mate.
But I see it. Look at Brian's face. Look at Brian's face when I mention his name. My God.
Listen, mate, why do you think I've got the army gear on? I've shaved the head. I've just got to get the shoe polish and go like that. And then I'm ready to go. Oh dear, you've done it now.
Oh no.
You've done it now. This show's going to be another hour now. You said Van der Ven 3 times.
Gay.
You said Van der Ven 3 times.
Alex, I'd like to talk to you. I'd like to talk to you, Mr. Box Office.
Nice.
What were you saying about a Mickey?
Put away the knife, Bobby. Put away the knife.
Oh, I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry. I'm in the kitchen. I'm cooking. I'm putting groceries away.
You are. He is in the kitchen. He is in the kitchen.
Oh, that's good. That was him insinuating anything.
I do have to end the show in a minute. I do have to end the show in a minute.
What did you say? Getting aggressive towards the smiliest guy I know? Sorry, I just wanted to clarify that he was slagging Van de Ven.
Yes, but listen.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a great time to backtrack. Perfect time to backtrack.
I'm not going to backtrack because Mr. Box Office never does that. He always sticks to his opinion. That's it. But nice to see you, Bobby. Nice to see you, Bobby. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know, it's a nice sunny day outside as well. Do you notice it, Bobby? It's a nice sunny day outside. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You know, it's a nice sunny day outside. How's things going now these days? You know what I mean? In Canada now, is it not totally?
You know what? I was okay. I'm just getting over this silly flu I've had for about a week. It doesn't want to go away, and then I was feeling a bit better. I saw 4 of my favorite people on YouTube, and then one of them decided to go and put both feet in his mouth, and I'm trying to wonder why.
Oh,
Bobby,
see how I said like that.
Before we end the show, Bobby, let us know what you think about the whole Romero story. Do you think just get rid of him? Do you think it's stupid? What do you think? Because we do have to.
When somebody comes out and speaks against their company or their club or whatever, when you're an employee, regardless of the business, and you speak against the club, you've kind of shot yourself in the foot. When he came out and basically said that the medical staff here is basically a bunch of incompetent morons, and I'm more than happy to sit there in Argentina, you're calling out people that work around you. So in any company, you're kind of blacklisting yourself when you do stuff like that, right? For that reason alone, I've lost a bit of respect for him, especially the fact it seems that he's always fit to go for Argentina. But for Tottenham, I don't know if I'm really up for it today. So he could piss off. That being said, that's the reason why the most beautiful specimen to ever put on a Spurs shirt since Teddy Sheringham, Mickey Van de Ven, needs to be respected. A lot more respect needs to be put on his name. I am talking to you, Mr. Box Office. And a lot more love needs to be given because we see what happens when that man's in the squad. The fact that he has been mismanaged and his injuries have been pushed and he's been broken, that is down to a certain somebody else I'm not allowed to speak of because my buddy Saul, who's down in Australia, gets really, really angry all the time when we talk bad about Ange. So, you don't want to make Saul angry.
I just want to quickly add to this very quickly, Ben, before we wrap up. I
still love you, Alex.
The thing with this all breaking is it's coming out of Spurs, or it's a Spurs player, blah blah blah. Unfortunately, this is the way of modern day football now. They speak to the player and arrange personal terms, like we did with Solanke and any player we win. Then they go to the club. But see, this is the difference. Atletico Madrid want a very, very good defender who, let's face it, will be absolutely perfect. If there was a club that you'd say the perfect club for him, it would be for everything that goes around with it. This is what a big club, with, by the way, less financial pool than us, that regularly challenges for leagues and Champions League gets into. That's what big teams that have big ambitions, that want to get deals done, that take time, they start operating and moving before the window opens. And then you go over to Tottenham Hotspur. Then you go to Tottenham Hotspur, who on transfer deadline day went to Crystal Palace to make a bid for Guehi, rather than, because it's all bullshit. Everyone speaks to the player first, gets the arrangement and the agreement done between the player, then they move on to the club. Football has changed now.
Sorry, Brian, wasn't that considered tapping up or something like that before for players in the contract?
Back in the day, back in my day, or back in the earlier time,
I didn't know that was allowed now.
This was considered tapping up. This is now the way football goes. Players speak.
The agent goes to the player. The agent goes to the player. Are you interested in coming?
They start all the negotiations. Exactly. Rather than dealing with the all the crap that goes on with chairman to chairman and club to club, they sort out, does the player want to come? Will he accept the terms and conditions? They know a deal's there. Then they're like, right, we've got something here. Now let's move on. and get with the club. So the very fact that Romero is talking to Atletico or his people talking to Atletico, unfortunately, that's the way of the world. It's how Spurs get their transfers done. It's how everything gets done. And then you go to the club. But unfortunately, we'll send Daniel Levy out to Bayern Munich because Lange will cry and he won't get the job done. Then we do get the job done and we wanted Guehi, but instead of going to the player's agent at the beginning of the sit window or before to try and get that deal if we were serious in it, no, we'll leak it to Sky Sports News and other publications that we've approached the club before even talking about the player. And then people go, oh, look, at least we're trying. Oh, Spurs are making moves when there's absolutely no move being made. So it's all utter nonsense. And if Romero is talking to Atletico, unfortunately, it's the way of football. And if you don't want to be at the club, piss off. I don't care about how much money we get for him. Clearly see from the results that we've given and from the bullshit that Levy has spoken today, it means nothing what money we get in for him. We'll have to live within our means.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got XYZ that you've just lost a world-class or very, very good defender, whatever way you want to look at it. You're not having any of that. We've got to live. It's all bullshit. But I will say thank you, Daniel, for delivering this bounty 5 days before a protest. Thank you.
Thank you for ruining my stream, Daniel Levy.
No, he's actually
Daniel Levy. Don't worry, Ben. I'm here to make you feel better because
I was here to talk about Leyton Orient.
we got cupcakes.
Oh yeah. Oh no, how was
I
it,
was
by
here
the
to talk
way?
about Leyton Orient. But
Well-
we'll do that another time. Okay, final thoughts before we end the show.
Levy's a something. But I have just realised, on a good note, on Thursday we'll do our dual stream of pre-match.
Yeah, we will.
We can't do Friday post-match for a certain reason. I'll be in an aeroplane.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I just realised.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
I'm engaged
You
for
go,
Friday.
Brian.
Where am I going? I'm going back home I'm leaving home to go home.
You're leaving England to come here?
No, I'm leaving Toronto to go to London.
Oh, so you're leaving your cottage to go back to the mansion. Got you.
Yeah,
Safe travels, man. It's really nice that you came to visit us. Maybe next time you're around, we can get together for a bit.
Yep.
I
Boxy.
really don't think I really should.
Final thoughts, Boxy, and plug your channel. Plug your channel and Boxy's link in the chat.
All I will say is this is my guilty pleasure show. The Kauffie company, and Nick, you bottled it again. First time on the show, and you bottled it. You bottled it, bro.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean? So where are you now? Where's your Emerson Royale? Emerson Royale. Nick, I'm here, and you still haven't turned up. You know what I mean? But anyway, moving on. Back to you, Ben. I'm done. If you don't know, get to know.
Bang on. And Bobby, final thoughts of the show before we
I
turn
just
off.
want to say it's Monday, people. I hope you have a beautiful start to your week. The sun is shining somewhere, not here. I hope your health is well. And forgive Alex for his silly comments regarding Mickey Van de Ven. He's a good boy. He really is. How can you not love that smile? He's, other than some deluded points he makes, obviously, regarding Mickey, he's a very, very good watch. He's a good, educated speaker regarding the team, and he doesn't call people out for having a difference in opinion. So definitely get over and subscribe to Mr. Box Office. He's definitely top drawer. He does, like I say, make the odd crazy comment like he did today, but we still got nothing but love for him.
That's the beauty of Spurs YouTube. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. We will be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. for your usual show, which we have a plan, and then we go on a complete tangent. But Bobby, catchphrase.
Mickey Van de Ven is the greatest of all time. Alex sent me the tweet that said that. He's just covering for it now. I have proof.
And Box Office, catchphrase.
I love Mickey.
If you don't know, get to know. Back to you, Ben. I'm done.
And Aki, take it away.
Yeah, I'm just going to add a bit to my normal thing, and I'm just going to say in 6 days Levy, I won't see you, but you will see me. And as always, Levy out.
And as always, if you smell what the cough is brewing, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Ciao for now.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible.